It is not the load that breaks you down. It's the way you carry it. We live in a world that rewards thinking, constant planning, fixing, predicting. But there comes a point where thinking no longer serves us. It becomes a storm, a loop, a trap. Overthinking is like carrying a backpack of stones. You keep adding to it, regrets, what-ifs, fears, until it breaks your back. But what if you didn't have to carry all of it? In the stillness of Buddhist wisdom, there are gentle truths. Not grand promises, but quiet invitations. They don't ask you to suppress your thoughts. They teach you how to live with them, with kindness, with space, with awareness. This isn't a list of hacks. It's a return to the self, to a place where peace isn't something you chase. It's something you remember. Let us explore together the Buddhist ways to stop overthinking that actually work. Understanding the mind's nature. You only lose what you cling to. Buddha, the mind's job is to think. That's not the problem. The suffering arises when we believe every thought, when we feed it with fear, when we attach to its story. In Buddhist teachings, the mind is not an enemy. It is a tool, a servant. But for many of us, it has become the master. Thoughts are like wind. They blow through. But when you try to catch them, when you try to control the wind, you suffer. Overthinking is not an enemy to fight. It is a signal, a sign that your mind needs a new way of relating. To stop overthinking, we first observe without judgment. This is called mindfulness, the foundation of the Buddhist path. Mindfulness, the gentle return to now. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. Mindfulness, or sati in Pali, is not concentration. It is observation. It's the art of remembering to come back to this moment. When your thoughts spiral, into the past, into the future, mindfulness invites you to come home, to your breath, your hands, the sound of the birds outside your window. One of the most powerful practices in Buddhism is mindful breathing. Not to control the breath, but to feel it. Inhale, I am here. Exhale, I let go. Try walking mindfully, washing dishes with full presence, eating slowly. These are not chores. They are sacred returns to now. Each time you come back to the moment, overthinking loses its grip. Impermanence, the freedom of letting go. Everything that has a beginning has an ending. Make your peace with that, and all will be well. Anicca, impermanence, is the great teacher. Every thought you have, no matter how loud or painful, will fade. Every fear, every story. But we forget. We treat our thoughts as eternal truths. We hold on. We resist change. But Buddhism teaches us to flow, like water, like breath. Next time your mind is heavy with thought, whisper to yourself, this too will pass. Feel the transience. Notice how thoughts rise and fall like waves. Don't surf the wave. Watch it from the shore. In this awareness, there is deep peace. Detachment. You are not your thoughts. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. When you are caught in overthinking, it feels personal, like every thought is a reflection of who you are. But Buddhism offers a liberating truth. You are not your thoughts. Thoughts are mental events, clouds passing through the sky of your awareness. If you don't attach to them, they cannot control you. Practice noticing thoughts without identifying with them. Say, a thought is arising. A worry is present. Notice the shift. You become the witness, not the thought. Over time, this practice creates space. And in that space, you find freedom. Compassion, embracing the inner storm. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Overthinking often carries the voice of the inner critic. It tells you you're not enough. It replays your mistakes. It questions your worth. But Buddhism teaches metta, loving kindness. It asks you to treat your mind like a child who is scared, not to silence it, but to soothe it. Try this practice. Place a hand on your heart. Breathe. Say to yourself, "May I be peaceful. May I be kind to myself. May I accept this moment as it is." This isn't weakness. It's strength. The kind of strength that doesn't push, but embraces. In time, the storm inside softens. Not because it disappeared, but because you learned to hold it. Section 6. Simplicity, creating inner space. A disciplined mind brings happiness. We live in complexity. Notifications, deadlines, constant choice. The mind mirrors this chaos. So one of the most radical Buddhist tools for calming the mind is simplicity. Clean one corner of your room. Light a single candle. Do one thing at a time. These are not minor acts. They are declarations. I choose peace. I choose clarity. Create rituals, morning silence, evening walks, no screen hours. Let your mind breathe. The simpler your life becomes, the quieter your thoughts will grow. Right view, changing how you see. With our thoughts we make the world. Right view is the first of the Noble Eightfold Path. It means seeing reality as it is, not through the fog of assumptions, fears, or distortions. Overthinking is often built on faulty perception. I must get this right or I'll fail. They must think badly of me. If I don't fix this, I'll lose everything. But what if you paused and asked, is this thought absolutely true? What's another way to see this? This inquiry breaks the trance. And in that break, peace enters. Right view is not about rose-colored glasses. It's about clear vision. And clarity ends confusion. Acceptance, the end of resistance. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. So much of our overthinking is resistance. We don't want what's happening. We wish it were different. But Buddhism teaches us to bow to what is. Not to give up, but to stop fighting reality. Acceptance is not passive. It's an act of courage. It says, this is the moment. Let me meet it fully. Let me breathe into it. When you accept the moment, the need to overthink fades. Because you're no longer trying to escape. You're finally home. The breath, your inner sanctuary. Breath is the bridge which connects life to consciousness. In every moment, your breath is there. Soft, faithful, alive. When your mind races, turn to the breath. Feel the inhale fill your body. Feel the exhale release the tension. No need to control. Just observe. Buddhist meditation often begins and ends with the breath. It is the most immediate way back to now. Try this. Inhale, I am here. Exhale, I am safe. Even a few minutes a day creates transformation. Not because you stop thinking, but because you start feeling. Daily practice. The path is in the steps. Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. Overthinking won't end overnight. But with daily practice, it will loosen. Create space each day, for stillness, for reflection, for silence. A few minutes of sitting. A mindful walk. A gentle pause before you speak. These are sacred acts. Buddhism isn't about escape. It's about presence. It doesn't promise to stop the storm. It teaches you how to stand in it, calm, centered, clear. Begin today. Begin small. Begin again tomorrow. That is the path. When the mind is silent, the heart can speak. In a world of noise, Buddhism invites you inward. Not to fix yourself. Not to erase your thoughts. But to remember who you are beneath them. Peace isn't far. It's right here. In your breath. In your awareness. In the choice to let go. May these teachings serve as lanterns. May they light the way back to your inner stillness. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who sees. And that, dear soul, is freedom.